Hello and welcome back to Down the Track. We'll be previewing the Rajasthan versus Punjab game. Let's start off with the lineups. Actually, Rajasthan Royals won the toss, elect to bowl first. Sanju Samson's first game as captain, and he wins the toss. Rajasthan will be bowling first on a Wankhede wicket, which is conducive to chasing. The dew does come in. It's a really good wicket to bat on. So it's a good decision there by Sanju Samson. And Rajasthan's playing 11 will be Joss Butler, Manan Vora, Ben Stokes, Sanju Samson, Rayan Parag, Shivam Dubey, Rahul Tewatia, Chris Morris, Shreyas Gopal, Chetan Sakaria, Mustafizur Rahman. So they're going with Mustafizur and Morris as their bowlers. There's no Jafra Archer. He's been injured. So a good call there from Rajasthan to, strengthen their bowling. That was the issue last year. Can Mustafizur bowl well in the death? Can he pick up a few wickets in between and with the new ball as well? Morris, the price tag, how will he handle that? That's a big question as well. A lot of players in the past have been under pressure with that price tag. How he goes about it, both with bat and ball, will be very interesting to see. And I think Rajasthan will be dependent on Joss Butler and Ben Stokes. Ben Stokes with both bat and ball, he's a match winner. He'll enjoy this Wankhede wicket, so will Butler. Samson as well, I think, as captain, as batsman. I think it might be a big game for Samson. I think he'll enjoy this wicket, the ball coming on. You'll see some good shots from him. I think he is the player to watch out for, both as captain, as batsman. That's Rajasthan's team. And then moving on to Punjab Kings' team. KL Rahul, the captain and wicketkeeper, opening with Mayank Agarwal. Then there's Chris Gale, Nicholas Pooran, Deepak Huda, Shah Rukh Khan making his debut, Jai Richardson, Murugan Ashwin, Riley Meredith, Riley Meredith, I think he's making his debut, the Australian, and then Mohammad Shami and Arshdeep Singh. A good team there as well for Punjab Kings. Much relies on the top four. I think Nicholas Pooran, he's the player to watch out for, how he plays. He packs a punch. He's a small guy, small physique, but he can really hit those sixes. Chris Gale, Universe Wars, how does he go in this first game? Is there any rustiness? That'll be interesting. Mayank Agarwal has been dropped from all formats from the Indian team. So can he come back, make a statement? And both him and Rahul had a splendid season last year, piling up the runs. But the thing will be their strike rate. That's one thing they'll want to watch out for. Rahul does score you the runs, but can he score at a quicker pace? Because this Wankhede wicket, I think 200 is minimum. With the dew coming in, the boundaries are smallish. Excellent pitch to bat on, especially in the second innings. I don't think there'll be much in for the bowler, especially this is the start of the tournament. So, the pitch is not too dry. I think they'll need 200 plus. They'll have to go from ball one. The middle order for both teams is kind of shaky. I feel in the middle lower order. After Pooran, there's Deepak Huda, Shah Rukh Khan making his debut. How does he play? Jai Richardson. Is that is the batting light? Can Jai Richardson perform with the bat as well? And then for Rajasthan Royals, after Joss Butler at 4, there's Rayan Parag and Shivam Dubey, Rahul Tewatia. How do these guys, and Chris Morris, how do these guys perform with the bat? That'll be interesting. I think the middle order for both teams is a bit shaky, so a lot will be relying on their top order, how they come out and perform. I think it is a top order game in this one as well, because it's a good pitch to bat on, and whoever scores at a quicker rate. And with the ball, I think Punjab slightly stronger in terms of Mohammad Shami and Jai Richardson and Riley Meredith. All these guys are really good bowlers in the T20 format. They'll have to vary their lines and lengths as well, because this pitch is not going to be easy, especially they're going to be bowling with the dew. Whereas Rajasthan, they've strengthened their bowling. Mustafizur and Morris will be there. A lot will depend on them, especially in the death overs. Getting those Yorkers in, can they do that? If they do, it'll really help them. And then the spinners is what I want to look at. Shreyas Gopal versus Ravi. No, I don't think Ravi Bushnell is playing. So it'll be Murugan Ashwin. So Murugan Ashwin versus Shreyas Gopal. I think Ravi Bushnell not playing is a big surprise. I would really want to see him in the team, maybe because of the conditions they're not going with him. And I think Shreyas Gopal didn't pick up enough wickets in the last season, him and Tewatia, so they'll want to pick up wickets in the middle overs, try to take pressure off the faster bowlers. Very interesting to see no Ravi Bishnoi there. And Jai Richardson, I think, might be the difference in terms of the bowling, because he has the pace. And this Wankhede wicket, you need to have some pace. I think you need to be a bit quick. Abu Bakar's joined us. Thank you so much. Always a regular, fan of the channel. Keeps coming and asking questions. Really appreciate it. He's saying, I just want to see KL Rahul masterclass. I think It's on the cards, but with Rahul, it's the strike rate. Can he provide a masterclass by scoring the quick runs? I think on this pitch he can. You need to see like a 80 or 40 balls. He's done this like a couple of years ago, so I think he can. But it'll be, and these pitches I think will be better for him in Dubai. Like he played beautifully, but I think those pitches he couldn't go from ball one. And I think the middle order he was concerned about. Again, the middle order is a bit shaky, but I think he should just go all out to have enough firepower. Maybe Agarwal can play the anchor, because Rahul has the shots. I think he can clear the boundary with these as well. His timing is impeccable. So I really want to see that. Surprised not to see Chris Jordan. He does well for England, but never for IPL teams. He's a really good player to have, though. Yes, I think Chris Jordan in the death is excellent. Really good changes of pace. But when you have Jai Richardson, you spent like 15 crores on him. I think they have to go with him. That's the difference. He could have played instead of Meredith, but I think Meredith had a good big bash. And he, so they probably want to test him out. But I'm also surprised. Jordan has been expensive in the IPL, so maybe that's another thing they're considering. But if Meredith doesn't have a great game, I think they'll probably look to Chris Jordan in the coming game. So that's a good option that they do have in the squad, Chris Jordan, because he can also provide with the bat. The batting looks a bit weaker. Meredith with the bat, can he perform Jai Richardson? That's going to be interesting because otherwise, after Shah Rukh Khan, they don't have much batting. The tail starts. So yeah, I think Jordan can come and hit those sixes as well. So he'll be missed in that sense. But it's early days. They'll probably want to see how the combination goes and then take it from there. Manan Vora will be probably opening the batting for Rajasthan. I would have gone with Jaiswal, I think, the young Indian player who played under 19. But I guess they want to go with a bit more experience in Manan Vora. Will Stokes open with him? Will Butler? I think it'll be Stokes. I might not even surprised if it's Butler and Stokes opening, if it's a big chase. It depends on the score. I think they should be open to that, be flexible. Samson, I think, in the middle order will be key. On this wicket, it'll come on to the bat. I think his timing is impeccable, excellent timing. And I think he can make the most of it, Sanju Samson. So with the added responsibility of captain, how does he approach his batting? That will also be interesting. I think he should just play his natural game. It's very easy to say that, but I think he should block out his captaincy when he's going into bat. Not worry too much, play his natural game, because if he does, then, we can see some runs flowing off his bat. And yeah, I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. For me, it's the toss. We discussed this yesterday as well. I think the toss is important. Rajasthan won it, so I'll tip them as favorites, 51-49. But this Punjab team has the firepower. They can go 230, 240 if they want to as well. All will depend on the top four. Chris Gayle, can he start hitting those big sixes? With Nicholas Pooran as well, we've seen that. Deepak Huda and Shah Rukh Khan, that's also the key. Just in case someone gets out in the top order, if they have to come in and bat, how do they approach the innings? Can they hit the boundaries consistently? That'll be interesting. And two more guys in Rajasthan, Shivam Dubey and Riyan Parag, both with bat and ball, might play key contributions. Thoughts on Rajasthan's bowling attack? I think it's slightly better than last year, Abu, because they've got Mustafa Azur and Chris Morris. It's better than last year. Mine is Jofra Archer. Jofra Archer himself is the bowling attack. You need him, I think. When he comes back, it'll be better than last year. But yeah, he's missing, unfortunately, with injury. But I still think they did a better job in trying to cover those cracks. Mustafa Azur and Chris Morris, like I said, with the new ball and even in the depth will be key. I think they're a bit better off with that. Sakaria, I think he's left arm. I don't know how he's going to go. There's a lot of talk. He played well in the domestic season. I'm interested to see how it goes. But then there is an experience, right, in Sarkaria. And then Gopal and Tewatia. I think that's the key. If they start getting hit for runs and they don't pick up wickets, then the match can be lost there. So these guys need to pick up wickets. It's okay to go for runs, but the spinners need to pick up wickets. But yeah, I think with Fizz and Morris, there is some strength there in their bowling. But yeah, when Arsha comes back, he slips into the team easily, and their bowling attack will be much better. I feel. I think it'll be a better bowling attack. But Fizz, the wild card. He had a great season with Sunrisers. After that, I think he changed his action a bit, and he hasn't been as effective. His slower balls, even his Yorkers, were beautiful. I remember the Mustafa's cutters for Sunrisers were just unplayable. He bowled that Yorker to Andre Russell as well. If he can get that old Fizz back, whether it was the action change or I don't know what it was, injury, if he can get at least like 60-70% of that back, 80% of that back, then it'll really help Rajasthan Royals. But yeah, I think it's a decent attack right now. Only time will tell, because they're going to face the likes of Gayle, Pooran, Rahul, and Agarwal. But yeah, I think just a few minutes left of the game. Do join us for the post game, and hoping for a cracker of a game. It should go down to the wire. Plenty of runs. Thank you so much for joining me, and see you guys soon.